stole your mama picture, bitch. I stole your mama picture, bitch. I stole your mama picture, bitch. I stole your mama picture, bitch. Young and wild, black and wild. All right, man. How y'all doing today, man? Welcome to my Fix My Black Accents, man. It's me, Big 12. When you get adjudged by 12, that's me. We got Miss 12 in the building. We got my brother from another, Murph Almighty, in the building. And last but not least, we got the kid stealing, panty draw stealing, flight driving, limousine riding, cigar smoking, son of a gun. Ira the Butcher is
What's going on?
What's going on? We got a good show for y'all today, man. We're gonna talk about the state of Black America. And let me play this video real quick to give y'all a little bit of something what we're talking about.
Win. You're not playing politics the way I told you to play politics by looking to get benefits. You're not playing it to win. And we're going to get to that in a minute on how you learn how to play to win in Powernomics. So what we're saying that these immigrants coming here, they're taking your lunch and eating it while you run around trying to get along with them. They are not going to march on your behalf. So go to the next slide for me, please. I want to get through these few slides real quickly. Then I got to get to the real stuff. I know you're getting tired. Let me say it a little bit longer.
Talk to him, Dr. Claude.
Now, this is the problem you ran into with social integration, what they should have been desegregation. See, back in the old days, in the 50s, what you were suffering from was this throughout history, where whites were on top and were superior, blacks were on the bottom and inferior. They had a barrier called the racial line. Okay, the color line, some of them call it. And so blacks on the bottom doing slavery and Jim Crow segregation. Now today, this is what you got. Now you went up today, you got whites still on top, but the blacks are still at the bottom. But all they did was a slanted line a little bit. So that some of those blacks on the far corner there, what looks like it's high, those are the ones that are making the big money running with a ball. And playing and got their own TV shows. They still don't know they're still underneath the line. And on the far side is that what I want you all to do under Powernomics is that we're going to take that line instead of having it like this, we're going to socially engineer it and turn it what? Straight up and down. So we can go straight up.
Hey, Butch, speaking of straight up, man, now that the election's over, what do you think the state of black people are in America, and what can we do in the next 4 years, man?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, Big 12. This is a broad answer and a question that you really asking. Now, you got to understand there's two types of black folks in America. You got the economical black folks that's progressing, that's going somewhere. And you also have the Negro population of black folks that's living off the system. The folks that's living off the system, they're going to be there for the next 14, 15, 20 years again. They don't see no resolving their solution. And they're not looking for nothing for the solution. They just still want the handout. For the progressive black folks that's in America, it can be some good things come out of this. But at the same time, will we ever come together and pull together? I sadly sad to tell you this, but I don't think so. We're going to still ride the same pony and horse show like we always have been riding. I'm still investing in the stock market. I'm still progressing. Still work for good Fortune 500 companies. Where I see us in the next 4 to 5 years, I believe black folks, the regular black folks that's been doing well, is going to keep on doing well. The millionaires going to still make good money. The economy for black folks, just the regular black folks that you understand marginalized, black folks, you have black folks that's going to be here, that's still here. You got black folks that's here. I can't talk to the majority. I can just talk to the minority. And the minority of us is going to be doing well. But to go back and try to save Pookie and Ray Ray and Shaniqua and all those guys, it's going to be almost impossible because they haven't seen themselves out of a bag yet. They're in trouble.
So what you're saying is the great white hope, Donald Trump, he can't save us.
break my hope.
You got to save yourself, Big 12. You got to save yourself.
And that makes sense because it's just like our Heavenly Father. Faith without works is dead. You know what I mean? And I see a lot of people thinking, especially a lot of people that voted against their own interests. You know what I mean? Like people that's on Section 8 voting for Trump as if, you know what I'm saying, like it's gonna level their Section 8ness up to Section greatness or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm a master biscuit maker, okay? You know what I'm saying? I work for mine, and I'm striving to get better in my career. You know what I'm saying? Like I just have a job right now, master biscuit making, but I want a career. So you know what I mean? Me voting for Trump is me thinking about my future. You see what I'm saying? So I saw AOC throwing shade at Kamala Harris. Has anyone seen that?
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, man. She basically was saying that she think that people didn't vote for said candidate because said candidate really didn't believe what she was saying. She was just pandering to the American people. Something else I saw and you know what? I can actually agree with that message because every time she was asked a serious question, it was really, something different. I know I'm kind of getting off topic. I'm just laying this down so the roach can pick it up so we can lift up from here. So I saw that Kamala Harris raised $1 billion for a campaign, and is now $20 million in debt.
Wow!
And she's still asking for money because I'm still getting emails and text messages from her.
So, Ira, when you speak of the Shaniquas and things like that, people that voted for this type of candidate, if she can't manage $1 billion, how can she manage the country? And is it speaking to the mindset of the people that you're speaking of? Like the false hope, the delusions of grandeur, so to speak?
Well, you got to understand, Big 12, we all saw the election. We all saw what went down. Leading even up to the election, already knew they were going to lose. I believe I mentioned that before. They already knew they was going to lose this election. Now, what they was pandering to was not to the black folks. They was pandering to a certain group of people. They wasn't pandering to the average black man that's get up every day, go to work a good job, do whatever he got to do to provide for his family down the road. But let me say this right here to you. As a young boy that grew up down south, it was rough. But I never got a handout. I ain't gonna say we never had a handout, but we was on welfare because it was 6 kids in one house. But here's the thing. Here's the breakdown of it. As a young boy, I always noticed something was wrong with the system. I knew something was wrong with black folks down south. Couldn't put my hand on it, couldn't understand it, and I couldn't see where they was going, but I knew where I wanted to go. So there was 2 different thinkings going on. Because if I would have thought the same way that the folks down south was, I would still be down south, down in that area. But I came out of that economically while thinking something different. So what I done, I worked hard, got married, moved on, got a career, got a skill set, and just grabbed hold of my skill set and moved and took care of business. If I would have stayed in the juncture that I was in down south, the way these folks were thinking, in the tobacco field, cucumber field, and all that, trying to come out of that, 90% of them stayed in it. Even to this day, it's almost worse now than it is back then. But what they was pandering to was a different crowd. They really wasn't pandering to the progressive black man, because you bringing up, look who they had on stage. Look who they was bringing out in the crowd shaking. I wasn't.
They had some hoes on stage. Glorilla, Meg the Stallion. I would have loved to see Angela Bassett or somebody intelligent up there.
They could have reached out to Miss Big 12 and put on stage and asked her to please give a great speech or talk about the economy in America. She would have gave a great a great speech. You could have actually.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Yeah, she could have probably laid out a great economy-based plan for Black America. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
No, she never ran a base plan on the structure of Black America, period.
Well, you know what I think? I don't think that she had a policy. She ran her policy on broke down pussy. That was her policy. Her policy was bitches.
My phone was breaking up. My phone, Miss Sweat, my phone was breaking up.
No,
what did she run it on
your
again?
phone. Oh, you didn't hear me, baby. Okay.
What
she
did
ran
she run it on?
Her policy was ran on broke down pussy.
Yeah.
Like bitches that got their fake butt from like Temu or some shit. Like you got your ass done off of a plan off of Temu or Temu, and your whole entire wardrobe is what is it? Shein or Shein or Shein or what's the other one for hoes on Instagram?
Wow.
What's the other one? Murph, I know you know it. You know it.
I'm married.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying.
Rihanna got one. Fenty.
No, not Fenty. No. But anyway, it'll come back to me. City Trends, Rainbow. These are
for
Rainbow
the fellas
hoes.
too. Hold on now. City Trends for the
men
too.
Yeah, but you know what? No, they don't make y'all look bad.
From City Trends.
Where else you gonna get the Where you gonna get the dope boy shirt from?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
The bag.
The one that got King written all over it and shit like that. But you know, like
gold money on the shirt.
Exactly. Knowing that you don't have no kind of bag. But that's who she ran her policy for. And what made no sense to me was the fact that now you got chicks that are mad and you're hollering into the camera and you're crying and you're doing all this stuff, but bitch, you voted for her. And you're crying now because now you know like that your 8th abortion, your 5th abortion is gonna be paid for by you, and you're gonna have to go somewhere illegal to get that shit done in the first place. That's who she ran her policy for. Like her whole platform was abortion. And then when it came to like the actual policy, you want to bring up Trump. What was Trump doing? Okay, he looked real stupid in that vest trying to get into that dump truck or whatever. But you know what? He ran his policy at the same time he was going to McDonald's and going to these colleges and speaking to this group that he hated him. She should have been going to those same places. But she didn't do that. She ran her policy on abortion and my celebrity friends. And that was the most pathetic thing because you didn't speak to the real working class America, or you didn't. And not only that, but when you guys say that she pandered, she totally pandered. Like, okay, when she's in the South speaking to nothing but Southern people, okay, good Southern people, you try to have a Southern accent. Then you get in front of a bunch of Black women. Now you want to say, hey, girlfriend. You've never used that word in your life. Okay. You get in front of some white folks. You're using your regular voice. It's like she tried to help. It was a forum that she did with some Asians. And I saw, I shit you not, she was squinting her eyes. She kept squinting her eyes when she was talking to this Asian broadcaster. And I'm just like, this chick changes for who she's in front of, and anytime you ask her a serious real question, she pops over to what's wrong with Donald Trump. So when you ask me, or when you ask a question period, what do you think Black folks can get together, or where do you think we're going to be in 4 years? I think right now it's a matter of class. It's a matter of class. When I moved to North Carolina from California, it was a total shock. It was a shock to my system because I'm getting called, oh, you speak like a white girl, or oh, you act like this, or oh, you speak how many languages, or you do that. And it's like, what are y'all doing over here? Like why does this look so different over here? Like it was a total complete change.
And you're absolutely right, because when I moved to North Carolina, what I ran across is a lot of men in North Carolina act like women, and a lot of
women act like dudes.
And I don't know where we're gonna be in 4 years, Butcher, but I know where we are right now. Let me show you something real quick.
beat their ass. Oh my God. Hey, Lord, watch that knife, boy. He got a big ass knife. He got a big ass machete.
Yeah, he got a big ass machete. Yeah, they scary ass. And there's a million of their ass though. Look at Walt. Look at Lil Walt. Look at Lil Walt. Look at Lil Walt. Look at Lil Walt.
That was a video. That was in Chicago, Illinois. Some of the Venezuelan immigrants fighting against them thug ass niggas in Chicago. I think they call them O blockers, or blockings or something like that.
You know, Big 12. That was strategically planned. What the Democrat Party have done. They put all these migrants in black communities. They didn't put them in the Caucasian community.
No, they didn't.
They put them in the China community. They didn't put them in the Latin community. And India, people from India, they have their own community as well. And they what they done. They said, well, we're gonna put them with the blacks and let the blacks and these immigrants fight against each other for the jobs, economic growth, and etc.
Yeah.
So that's what you see right now.
It's going to be the new age purge. I really feel like it's going to become the purge.
It's going to get even worse if they don't get those folks out of there.
What you say, Birth Almighty?
Oh, that's a good cigar right there.
What you say, Birth?
Was there?
No, about what we're talking about.
Well, keep it. I feel I don't really know what to feel about that. I mean, do we care about what happens to these to the gangsters? Are we scared of them too? Are we concerned? If we convert these people, what are they to us? What are our gangsters?
What do you mean by convert them to what? What's wrong with them now?
Our youth that's going out here killing each other. What are we doing? What is our plan? I'm trying to figure out a way to put this. It's basically we see it's culture based. I'm going past the fact that they are coming into the community and that they are Venezuelan and that they're coming to fight the other gangbangers in the neighborhood. I'm looking at the root, and I'm saying, why are they gangbangers here in the first place, right? I was listening to y'all talk. I never jumped in because I already gave some points about why we'll never come together and we'll never be able to do this and that. To double back to that before I answer that question, I think we going at it bass backwards because most people, I think, like when we all play sports, right? And they'll say, son, you worry about, if you the quarterback, you worry about being the quarterback, the running back handle the running back, and the wide receiver handle the wide receiver. And when y'all all do what y'all supposed to do, the play will work. But when you start worrying about the wide receiver and the running back, the play don't work. I argue to you that there is no where that white people or Mexican people or Indian people practice group economics before they got to the point before it was all.
Well, you know,
already individual.
I see where you're going with this,
based.
And the thing is, what I see a lot of is like the video I played earlier, Dr. Claude Anderson. Claude Anderson spoke about this years ago.
Yeah, he did.
I went out.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
I went out.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I understand.
My internet went out.
I got hey, technical difficulty, no problem. Claude Anderson spoke about this a while ago, and he said if we don't come together this is gonna happen. You know, I'm not a military man, but simple common sense.
You
If
know,
you want to take over a place, who do you attack?
right.
You attack the weakest first.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we're here today, because me and Ira was having an off camera conversation, man, and it really brought some emotion and also some thought provoking conversation dealing with this whole matter. You know, the state of Black America. You know, Trump winning. You know, that was great for the country. But it's still there are still so many problems that are presented in our neighborhood. And the reason why I say neighborhood is because, like Claude Anderson says, we're not a community anymore.
No.
Gone are the days of asking your neighbor for sugar. Most people don't even know who their neighbor is. Like, they don't know their name, they don't know where they work at. So it's like something like this would have a community, like we have in Chicago or Colorado. I believe it was before. People don't work. People don't want to take care of their kids. It's kind of to the point where it's like maybe they brought in these immigrants to replace some people.
Yeah, that was a theory I had. They're trying to bring in new votes.
New votes.
Let me bring you over, set you up, give you a check, give you a housing voucher. You're definitely going to vote for me if I do all of this for you. So,
right. But you know, again, everything is strategically planned.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that, and we got to get back. And the one thing I like to speak on, what the young man was just saying as well, I like speaking on where Black folks going. I don't speak on other race. I try not to invade in what they're doing. I care less. I do care, but when I see us as Black folks, I want to see us progressing. But here's the thing, and I hate to say this, but it's been said a bunch of times. Mm-hmm. Why can't the Muslims, as strong as they are, the Black church, as strong as they are, why not a lot of our Black leaders, Black church millionaires and billionaires? Why can't we all just come together on one table and just sit down and figure out an economic structure for Black folks in America? Because if you're sitting back waiting for the government, you're terribly mistaken. It's not going to work, because you got to understand the government of America really don't want to see Black folks as a body moving forward. Now, if we all tap in and say, hey, let's donate, let's say $400 a month, just out of 26,000 people in America, just 26,000 people, to one thing to build a grocery store or whatever in a community. Yeah, you know, that's $17 million.
Yeah, but Lord, I wouldn't trust my own brother with 26 of my dollars. So I feel you there. It would be great if we could trust each other. But I swear to God, I wouldn't give none of my fucking family $30, like, because they fuck it up. They don't know how to save. I'm the only one that knows how to save.
But I'm saying it to come together.
I feel you. Yeah, to come. Yeah, that sounds great.
But here's the thing: you got a church in front of a church. In the Black community, and the community, we really don't even have a community. We just have people scattered abroad. And if you ever, I went. Let me tell you this. I went home for Thanksgiving, and when I went home for Thanksgiving, I had a cousin of mine, and I didn't know this. He had did some years in prison. You know, he went and sat in the car, and as though he was already out now, but he just got released maybe 1 or 2 days. You know, they had to feed him through the window of the car.
No, why? Like for his anxiety or something?
No, get an institutional, like he's messed up.
Oh yeah, that's anxiety. Yeah, that's a whole mindset. His mind is.
And it's funny that you brought up the stuff about the churches. Like, we got so many millionaires, man. Like, name one millionaire that got a grocery store. You know, you got guys like Floyd Mayweather. This motherfucker got a watch that costs $3 million.
Mm-hmm.
I understand you having a collection of things, but like Claude Anderson say, food, water, I think it's protection, and it was one of those things. But it's like all of our millionaires is like they so successful, but the only thing that they're concerned with is shitting on us. Like, look at this car I got, look at the house I got. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when we talk about community, what community is what I ask. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's no community.
There's none.
There's none.
Yeah.
You know, just like you have your family is your community. When you have your brothers, your brother, your family, your mother's your community.
If that,
you can say that. But where we at as a people, I pray that as black folks. Now you got to understand that again, there's two levels of black people. All black folks is really ain't gonna pull together. The only time you see a lot of black folks kumbaya together is at a funeral, or in a church setting, or at a banquet, or a free to eat place. And the other day, about a week or so ago, I was driving down the road and I was headed to grab me some seafood. And Lord and behold, I looked to my left and there was a line. There was a line where it's by a women batter shelter and stuff is at. And it was called the Salvation Army. And Lord and behold, you know who was in that line, in that Salvation Army line? All immigrants, women, all women immigrants.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
No black folks. I didn't see no white folks. I saw all immigrants. And they was handing out all type of stuff to these folks. And again, I try not to get in their world. I try to stay in our world. Because in our world, I want to fix where our excellence at in black folks in America. Because in black folks in America, we must come together. We got to come together. But here's the sad truth. I cannot see us coming together.
Nope.
Now, speaking of black excellence, man, Murph, you spoke about the root cause of it. Can I ask y'all one question? Like, what decade or generation do y'all think caused the most destruction in the black community?
What was the most divide?
What decade or era caused the most destruction within the black community?
I have mine. I was gonna say the 50s.
Wow.
Like late 50s to the early 60s. Yeah.
What
because the feminist movement.
I say when
the feminism feminist movement.
Yeah, the feminist movement. And it took husbands, fathers out of the house. It had this woman thinking that she could do everything on her own. And be happy and be happy with that. And it's the drug population just erupted then.
Yeah.
You know,
heroin, LSD, all that good
LSD,
shit
coke, yeah, all of it. Like
so,
the
Murph,
50s.
you said the 60s, so it's kind of like you kind of in conjunction with Miss 12.
Can you hear you? I will call it Big 12. It was a great divide.
Integration.
You
said integration? Yeah, I could.
I agree 1,000% with that. Because as the boy coming up, I
think it connects and then to the integration to the pimp era where the cocaine had the little cocaine necklace. Stuff like that.
Definitely. So, Ira, like, which decade would you say?
My joint going in and out, but
well, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you pretty well.
When I was coming up, man, in the 70s, I say I was born in the 70s. When I about 79, 1980, and this is going to be strange what I'm getting ready to say, but it's not strange. I noticed that I didn't really see a lot of fathers in the home. Only few I could count on, probably on two hands that I saw fathers in the home. And I saw what, now not only what I saw, I just noticed that everybody was on this thing called welfare, food stamps. That's when you had the dollar bills, the real money that you could spend at the grocery stores and stuff like that. You only could buy food product, but you couldn't do anything else with it. I thought that was a big thing. I thought that was, man, I thought we hit the lottery or something when them food stamps came, but that helped feed and it helped nurture young black folks in America. But economically wise, it was the defeat of black folks and black families in America. I didn't know personally as a young boy how destructive that was, but that was a great division that I saw. And it was probably way before the 70s. But I'm just saying, as a young man, that's what I saw. And to this day, it's still pivot today. You got to understand, they did a survey with a lot of young black women. I believe I mentioned this before. And they asked these young black women, they said, will you take the check or you have a man in the house to help? They said, give us the check, child. That's what they said. They'd rather have the check. And they celebrate getting that check every month. They call it getting paid. Child support was getting paid. I was watching this show one day called Paternity Court. And when they woman said to the man that you are the father of that child, you know what the two sisters did? Jump up and down, said, oh, it's time to get paid now. It wasn't nothing about the child. It wasn't nothing about the father.
Wow.
It wasn't nothing about let's come together and let's learn how to raise. They celebrated. We getting paid. Let's get this money. Forget about you coming in raising this child. Forget about you having a place in this child's life. Forget about you being this child can look up to you as a role model. Forget about all that. But send me my money. Send me that check. Make sure you got it every month. That's where a lot of folks are at right now.
Yeah, you know, I was gonna say the 80s, man. I agree with all y'all points, but man, crack.
Oh, crack was something.
Crack?
Like
I was thinking about it earlier, man. I was thinking about it earlier. You absolutely right. You know, how did you get the crack? Most niggas bought it. Most niggas bought it.
You know what I mean?
And, they bought the cocaine, and you know what I mean. They did the flick of the wrist thing, and locked it up. And you know, I ain't trying to get nobody the recipe, but
yeah,
you know, it's like, hey, Master P did it in his song, so y'all want to know, you know, by all means,
I gotta do this.
Y'all can go listen and make them say, you know, he tell you how to do it, but. Man, I was talking to Miss Swear earlier. What we don't realize is them crack babies, they grown now. And them crack babies had babies too. And they look a little something like this.
Bitch ass little nigga. Bitch ass little nigga, yeah. This your auntie crib, right, nigga? We in this bitch. Nigga, stop playing with me, trolling on the gram, bitch ass little nigga. We pull up to niggas auntie cribs, right? This your auntie crib, little janky, right? Nigga, you know the addy, nigga. Stop playing with me through this bitch, nigga. I'm gang, bro. Bitch ass little nigga. Bitch ass little nigga, yeah.
Now, I don't know if y'all can understand what y'all just saw. This young man kicked in the door of his op's auntie. Now, our op, that is opposition, enemy, rival. You know what I mean?
I ain't that old. He know what the hell op mean.
While on, hey, Ira, all due respect, I ain't. You know what I'm saying? Me and you be having some sophisticated conversations.
That's right. He's sophisticated,
you know I mean?
right?
Hey,
that's right.
Sophisticated. That's 5 syllables. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But these young niggas.
Check the context. You know.
I'm starting to believe that these babies, like the motherfuckers born in the 99 and 2000. I'm starting to think that might be the most destructive because crack, but we got fentanyl now. I think the fentanyl is give it about 20 years.
Yeah.
Give it about 20 years.
I don't think it's going to be that long.
Yeah, cause see, I know some crackheads. Like I told Murph and Mr. Roger, my two favorite uncles are crackheads.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is, bruh, my uncle used to work on my car. Now, the last time he worked on it, he had to change. You know, he gave me a tune up in my motor caught on fire. But everything he did before then was good quality work. These guys now they can't function on these drugs. You know, you got rappers that, you know, facilitate all this stuff. You hear about the P. Diddy and the flying the drugs on the plane. You know, a lot of people that our community look up to now have done nothing but destroy our community. There's a young man by the name of Big Meat, Demetrius Flannery, out of Detroit, Michigan, and he was just released from prison, but he was one of the biggest drug dealers of our lifetime. And there was another one out of Washington D.C., Rayful Edmonds.
Yeah, I heard of him.
Yeah, Rayful Edmonds sold plenty dope. And what I saw was, you know, people of our community welcoming them home with open arms and, you know, lifting them up as if they were the greatest thing that ever happened, you know. And what it makes me think about is I just wonder sometimes if Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, if they were living in this day and age, they will be get laughed at by our communities today. Mm-hmm. They wouldn't respect them.
Laughed? I don't.
What I see is, okay, you get respect if you can shoot a basketball, throw a football, make people laugh, sell dope,
or twerk,
twerk, slang dick, or coochie.
Twerk.
That's what we glorify. You know, we don't produce
those are the heroes.
Anything.
Yeah.
The only thing I see us producing in America as Black people today are those viral dance videos.
Mm.
Yeah,
yeah, you got a point.
That's the only thing that we're creating. We're not creating jobs. We're not creating wealth. You know, we talk about generational wealth, but at the same time, we killing the generation that we're trying to generate the wealth for. Like, make it make sense.
But you know what? I feel like there are people out there that are doing that though. They're just not getting celebrated. There's not a spotlight on them. You know,
well, guess what?
That's it.
I'm looking at
I have all these resources.
Right, I'm looking at 3 of y'all right now.
Mm-hmm.
Keep doing what you're doing, Ira.
Well, 2 of us.
What you're doing, Miss 12. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You'll be greater later.
It's gonna get through to somebody.
Yeah, it definitely will.
I'm greater now, but
you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it's like, let's just be honest. A lot of people that we see online, they're famous, but they're not wealthy.
Right.
Do you agree?
Right.
True. Yeah.
Nobody knew what Warren Buffett looked like until the internet came about. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so many wealthy Black millionaires and big, you know, we don't even know their name.
Yeah.
You know, it's like all you hear is LeBron James and, you know, whoever your favorite rapper is. Mm-hmm. There's no more money in the rap game. Young men, young ladies. If you're not producing anything, you're gonna get left behind. These immigrants are coming in, and contrary to what people want to believe, when Trump mentioned them Black jobs, he wasn't lying.
That's true.
For the first time in my life, I saw an immigrant frying chicken in Church's Chicken. And Miss 12, you was with me. You can stop me if I'm lying. Migo was in there frying the fuck out that chicken. And you know what the niggas that worked in there was doing? They was hating on Migo, talking about he better not make more money than me, and he better not do this, and he better not do that. Migo ain't said not one word. Migo kept frying that goddamn chicken and kept working. Well, and, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's actually occurring in a lot of fast food restaurants. I've saw that a couple of years. And not on top of that, a guy went viral about a month ago, where they fired the whole staff at Bojangles. They fired the whole staff, and they brought in Julio. And the guy said the service became terrible to excellent. They fired the whole staff. And they bought Julio, Estevez, they bought all these guys in, the Latin people, they bought these immigrants in and gave them jobs. And said the service became beautiful. Folks, they thank you, they come in there. It was like it was top tier. But one thing I won't escape from, and I will say this here, that music industry, that hip hop culture did a great damage as well. And my thing is, now all of a sudden y'all don't hear much about this so-called lady called Sexy Red. You don't hear about it no more. It's almost like she was planted, like she was a plant. And
Ira, oh my God, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
that girl came out with lipstick.
So ignorant.
Yep. And look what the content she put out. And now you don't hear about Sexy Red no more. You don't hear that. Nobody, even the ghetto girls, basically kind of cut her loose. They don't mess with her. She's gone now. She's like a something in the wind.
She did what she was supposed to do.
Yep.
That girl came out with some lip gloss called named them after STDs.
Huh?
Yeah.
Gonorrhea. What was the other? It was some grown. Baby, it was some grown ass women talking about wearing that shit, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, I told you one of my friends was bragging how oh my God, this lip gloss is so pretty. And I'm like, oh, where'd you go? She's like, yeah, well, I couldn't go to Ulta. I had to go online. And I was like, oh, okay, well, whose is it? I'm thinking she's gonna name Fenty, or she's gonna name, Selena Gomez or Ariana Grande's new line or something. And she's like, yeah, Sexy Red. And I hung up on her. I hung up on her. She called me back, and I'm like, girl, you're 39 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And you're telling me that you did your daughter's makeup with a lip gloss called Gonorrhea.
Wow.
Yeah, it's her favorite one. And I didn't know what to say. I couldn't say anything because, I don't want to hurt her feelings, but it's like, you are breeding another Sexy Red. You're breeding another version, an effed up version of yourself. And it's just like, this is your God. This is your like, your starlight. Like, this is who you're looking up to. I can't say anything. I can't say anything. It just kind of sucks to be the smartest person out of my friends. Like, so that's why you try to guide them, you try to give them advice, and no one listens to anything unless it's messed up. Yeah. So I just had to stop. I'm no longer giving advice. I'm just gonna co-sign every dumbass thing that comes out your mouth, because that's all you want anyway. You don't want guidance. You don't want better advice. You don't want to live a better life. You want to shit on your husband or the guy that's in your life, and you want to put all this shit on his back. And it's like, no, you're the one that's failing your family. You're the one that's putting these so-called industry plants, so Iris said, and you're making them like a role model, and you're making it funny. And to me, it's just the saddest thing ever. Like, Our kids don't listen to rap music. They listen to classical. They listen to some pop, depending on who the person is. They don't know the lyrics to one rap song. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I refuse. I absolutely refuse to go down that road. It's just sad.
Speaking of going down that road, I'm gonna share another industry plant with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And this one was diabolical. Lil Nas X.
Oh no. Oh
Way them,
God.
the way them babies, man, it was all type of motherfuckers singing that shit, man. Grown ass men, from grown ass granddaddies to goddamn babies, man. Just to
I'ma
find out,
take my horse down the old town road. I'm gonna
gonna ride till you can't no
till
more.
I can't no more. And then
I
next
wonder if
thing you
y'all
know,
they
he's
ride
twerking
like a
on the
mother.
devil's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep.
next thing you know.
And look at all these stores that coming out now. You know, I saw a video the other day. A woman walked in on her dude. He was cheating on her with his best friend. It's like,
Gee.
it's so many things, man, that happen in this world, and the mind is a terrible thing to waste, man. And I know that we got a lot going on in this world. I don't know if we could ever maintain the black excellence that we would like as a whole, but individually, I just have to say this, man. Black people, everyone is not against you. Most
Yeah.
people are just for themselves.
That's true.
Okay?
Yeah.
Climb mountains, not so the world can see you, but so you can see the world. Let's let that shit think in, man. This
That's
been
deep.
another episode right here, man, from Fix My Black Excellence, man. We got my man, Ira the Butcher. It's so great to have you back. Miss
Yeah.
Big 12, it's always a pleasure to see y'all. Is there anything that y'all would like to leave us with?
Let me say this here to you, Big 12, and this Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
I love your show. Love a lot of the content that we dive into. But I pray that black folks eventually unite and come together. But again, it's going to
Yeah.
be a thing to see. I really don't see it. But I believe that in your household, to the black folks in your own household, build an economic base, build a great structure. Not only that, build a family community amongst each other. Because if you don't start at home, it won't start nowhere. If you don't
So
start,
true.
if you don't start at that front door, if you don't start loving your family, you're loving your wives, and your wife love your husband, and come together and build together, that you could have the most powerful economic structure, family base you could ever have. I've seen brothers with that. But when I look outside the door some days and see how many folks actually living in their cars today and living in vans, it's really bad. You go by the battered women's shelter, it's really bad. Black folks in America, again, I got to speak to the minority, not the majority. To the minority of black folks that are doing well and excellent in America, keep pushing and keep going. But the folks that's trying to make it, you can get there, but you got to sometimes cut the folks around you loose and get to where you got to go, because that's exactly what I had to do. And I'm glad I run into guys like yourself, Big 12. Also on the Ron Mills show, I run into these guys are excellent guys, outstanding young black men that's going somewhere. But at the same time, just to get into our black excellence, we must create a black excellence. We must do a black excellence. We must follow in black excellence. When we fail, we're going to fail a lot of times. But at the same time, Big 12, we must achieve the unachievable. We got a goal to get to. We got a place we got to climb. If we got to get there, let's get there together, hand to hand, fist to fist. I won't come against my brothers. My brother ain't going to come against me. We got to get beyond that. We got to get to our black excellence, Big 12. And on top of that, my man, I love you. I love the show. I love the content you're going to put out.
And drink water and stop using them credit cards going on them damn trips. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much shit, man. I can't even cut this motherfucker off, man, because you done got me riled up now, Aaron. Do you know what I hate the most about Facebook?
Yeah.
these couples, man, that be wearing the same outfit, they be the worst goddamn relationship you know about. On Facebook, them motherfuckers look perfect. So I guess what I'm saying is, black people, stop trying to fake it till you make it.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with being behind the scenes.
Right.
And once you finally get clean, then you can jump on the scene. You know what I mean? Like, you know how long it took Miss 12 to get my shit together so I can look this beautiful?
Yeah.
It wasn't hard. It was not hard.
Well, you know, some things you blessed with. You know what I'm saying? But
that's true.
You can be later greater. That's all we saying.
Yeah.
That's all we saying. Now, Miss 12, I know you got something to say. Hit me with it.
We just need more guys like y'all. I mean, you guys are just so intelligent and so smart. And Ira, whether you're single now or, you might be talking to somebody, she's lucky. I think that, if you haven't found the one, I think she's on her way, because it's just going to be so easy for you. It's not so, huh?
I pray.
Yeah. Yeah. We just need more guys like you guys. And, babe, I love you. You're everything. I'm not gonna sing, but I'll sing later. But yeah, no, we just need more people that think like you two, and definitely need more people that think like me, because I mean I am in awe of myself, like on a very normal basis. But yeah, I don't know. I agree with Ira. Like I agree. Like we just need people to kind of come together, reach out. It starts at home. Raise your kids right. Do what you're supposed to do. It's so easy to be good to a person and to just be what you're supposed to be. It's just very easy, I think. So that's it. Yeah. But put the knowledge where it's going to do some good. Don't keep feeding knowledge into a basic bum bitch. I got to take it there. Don't do that. Don't. Or to a dude that's not worth shit. Like, if it's not going to go anywhere, just stop. I'm only going to talk to people that want to hear from me or talk to me and that know how to listen, and I can listen to them. So yeah, just put it where it's going to do some good. That's all. Signing out.
All right, well, let me just leave y'all with this, man. Thank y'all again for tuning in to Fix My Black Excellence with me and myself, Big 12. You can be carried by 6 or judged by 12, but I'll leave you with this message. People often say that motivation does not last. Well, neither does bathing. That's why we recommend it daily. Find motivation on a daily basis, no matter where you get it from. Find it, grab it, take hold of it, put some water on it.
There you go.
And let it grow.
There you go.
Now we love you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. Check out my guy Ira on Spotify, Apple Music at Unfiltered with Ron Mills. Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Also, please make sure y'all check out Black Light TV. Never too much, never too much, never too much TV. And we'll see y'all later.
All right.
We always greater.
All right, man.
She muted herself. Let me unmute your mic. Oh, no.
Hey, baby.
Hold on a minute.
You're so cute.
I mean,
yeah.
Take two. Oh. Well, guess what?
What?
We still recording.
What you trying to do?
Close the door. I got what you've been waiting for.
Oh, Lord. Stop recording, you nut.
And I'm gonna give it all to you.
Get out! I'm getting out of here. Bye, you nut. Come get your children.
Just to hold you in my arms.